Hey everybody, welcome back to For the Record. It's your girl Jada Michelle, and here I have a special guest. His name is Creative Angel. If you haven't heard about him, you need to stay tuned.
Appreciate you having me here, man. So Creative Angel, just bringing the positive vibes.
Awesome.
It's good to link up with you today.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So tell us, like, who is Creative Angel? Tell us about yourself.
All right, so I was officially born in Venezuela, so I'm from South America.
Okay.
Right. So I was born there. I moved to New York, and then I moved to Florida. So I lived in Venezuela, New York City, and Florida.
Wow.
Which is pretty dope. I think all those experiences from being in all those places, have inspired me to like the type of music I make, which is kind of like a up north with a down south vibe too. And it's got like up north lyrics, but it's got like a down south flavor of the vibe. So both are my influences. And as far as Creative Angel, just I want to inspire people to use their creative abilities with their mind and with their positivity.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. And I know you talk a lot about, especially positive vibes.
Right.
So what does that mean? What does a positive vibe mean to you?
So a positive vibe is like, to me, is like a level of vibration or a level of frequency.
Okay.
So as humans, we're broken down to energy, right? So everything is like energy, and that's obviously it could be a scientific term or it could be a spiritual term, because I feel like the positive vibe is a spiritual thing, because we're in different levels of vibration, and that vibe attracts people with the same vibe. So for example, us sitting right here was a level of vibration that we both were in tune, and we met a couple of times like, yo, what's up? How you doing this? Let's link up. And that's a positive vibe to me, something that you could express out and inspire other people to do positively. So I look at it more like a light from, the infinite, like a God from like God or the vibes of the universe,
Right. That's true. So negative energies,
yeah,
stay away.
Man. You gotta stay
we
away
don't
from
want
that.
it over here. We don't want it over here. But it's true, because the couple times I met you, it's always been like a very like you were saying, positive vibrations. A lot of people that I've met, like I had Dreesy up here, and her spirit is like very bright. You just naturally attract people.
Yes. So
you're right about that, positive vibes, and you've ultimately are turning that into a brand.
Right, definitely, which is Creative Universe is the name of my brand.
Okay.
So our message through the brand is inspiring like positive vibes, positive energies. You guys may have seen my hats that say positive vibes, positive hustle. The reason we did that is to just keep a reminder of people, like every day, to start the day off on a positive note, and more just like emit more of that positive frequency. So with the whole positive vibes movement, Creative Universe is what we express through that, so that's why we made the merch as well. That way, when you look at it, you're like, man, even if you're in a negative vibration, you look at something that says positive vibes, and you know what?
Yeah. I'm
grateful to be alive today, I'm grateful for positivity, even just being grateful to be here speaking with you,
Yeah. Well, it's true, because it's always helpful to have some sort of tangible reminder to for some people, spiritually, it may be like a Bible, looking at my Bible, or positive affirmations, writing certain things down.
That's very key. I love positive affirmations.
Every morning I say it.
That's key. That is major key. Like every
I'm
morning,
beautiful, I am smart, I am skinny. Not yet, but I am skinny.
There you go. That attracts it right there. That attracts it. You got to feel it with it too. Affirmations is the thought and the feeling mixed together.
Yeah.
So you also got to feel it. Like when I affirm to myself, like I am making a positive change.
Yeah.
Had that feeling of giving out a positive change is what's like manifested through the affirmation. So that's really important, like the thought and the feeling together. So every morning, guys, like she said, positive affirmations, man, and feel it too.
It works.
Feel it.
So, but I know that's the message that you now have only turned into a brand, but that's a lot of what you put in your music. You always mention about positive vibes, and what kind of led you to music, especially because sometimes it's not always positive. There's times of discouragement. So what led you to get into music in the first place?
Right. So that's actually a great question, because what led me to get into music was going through a lot of pain. And experiencing a lot of tough situations growing up. Like even because I grew up in Venezuela, in South America, and
I heard it's bad.
Yeah. Right now it's worse than it was when I was young.
Wow.
But when I was young, we grew up in the rough parts, and me not having my mom and my dad were separated early, so I was away from my mom for about 8 or 9 years.
Oh wow.
Because she was in Venezuela and I came here, so like a lot of that pain transferred into like poetry. And then I would like write how I felt about it, like, you know, how my mom was so far away, and how it was like more of like I was confused about what was really going on there, and that allowed me to use music, like transfer poetry into music, because I needed an outlet to express the things that I had gone through, and, you know, so much like young that I had seen and I had felt, that the music was an outlet for me to express that. And in the beginning of music, it wasn't all about positive vibes. It was, you know, like about a lot of different things, because, you know, I was like doing a lot of crazy stuff like growing up, you know, just because of where it was. So it definitely took a big evolution and growth from our process, like as an artist as well. And I think like people can see that through my music over the years as well, just a different growth. And but that's what got me into music. Ultimately, a lot of pain, being away from my mom for a long time. And I did poetry, and then I started freestyling that at the lunch table in like 8th grade. And I remember they would boo me back in the day, but now we up, you know, now
Where
it's
they
different.
At now? It's different now.
Now it's different, yeah.
But that's good though. I mean, I think that's important. That's the best thing about art, is that when we're going through things, whether it's something bad or a happy period, we have a way to express that. And it's needed a lot of times, because there's a lot of people who may not necessarily have the creativity to express it, or know how to, you know, verbalize that through art or different forms of art. But music is very influential, and it helps people get through things.
That's
you know,
right.
so stuff like that is really important. Something, everybody has a narrative.
Yes.
And I feel like it's only fair that you have some sort of music you can listen to.
Yes, most definitely.
So
music is the most powerful tool right now in the world to unite us, man, and to go through messages. Like music is such an essential thing, so I agree with that. I definitely do.
No, it's definitely true. But okay, so with all that you've gone through, like you said, you went through a lot of pain, and now you have your music going, you're making a lot of moves. What's been your biggest achievement so far?
Okay, that's a good question too. I've had like one of my biggest achievements in life has been to be able to bring my mom here from Venezuela.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay, so she's here.
She's here now. So I accomplished that 2 years ago. I was able to manifest that, you know, and you know, giving God all the credit, the universe, all the credit, and the vibes, just staying focused, and I was able to do it. That was one of my biggest accomplishments, because I feel like a lot of my dreams have already came to pass, because like from where I came from, I'm looking at myself now and I'm like, wow, like, yo, I'm up right now. Coming from where I come from, I was able to bring my mom here, because there was, you know, she was kind of going through it in Venezuela. It's like no food, no milk, you know, different things like that. So it was tough, you know, for me to be here. I think that was like one of my biggest life accomplishments, to be able to support her as well when she was here. You know, just tell her like, yo, mom, come through. We'll be able to, you know, hold it down. That was one of my biggest accomplishments. And as well was with the brand when I was in New York City over the summer. You know, getting the brand to different people, and my cousin working with Black Pyramid, and he was doing like a photography for them, which is Chris Brown's brand. Yeah. So he was doing a lot of photography for them in the city and things like that. So we did a photo shoot in the city with like the Black Pyramid jersey. My cousin Creativ J, he hooked me up with that. So we did a photo shoot and we did a video shoot, and then they ended up sending it to the, you know, Black Pyramid, the designer, and I guess it ended up getting to Chris Brown, and Chris Brown ended up posting it on his page, like me with the hat and the Black Pyramid shirt and the Vibes hat. So that was real dope that they showed support, and I felt like that was one of my biggest, like, you know, reaches of accomplishment, because you know, Chris Brown got like 40 million followers on his Instagram, and you know, even though he didn't throw the tag in there, now, you know, it's all good, but
don't be selfish, Chris Breezy.
Right. But even though he didn't throw the tag in there, I feel like, you know, millions of people seen that, and they got to see like my brand, and they got to see what we represent. So that's the biggest thing, man, just inspiring people. And I'm blessed I was able to transfer the music, the vibes, to get through these accomplishments, through these messages. Because now that I feel like I'm giving a more positive message to the world, the world is blessing me right back.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
That's what's
so
up.
Yeah, I think those are like one of the top 2 biggest accomplishments recently, like that I've done within the last year or 2.
That's awesome.
And on Thursday it was really dope. We had a show with Fusion, and that was like packed, like 300 people there, and
yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. And that was one of my best performances out here. So that was another big accomplishment, because I had visualized like a dope performance like that in the O for a while. Yeah. and Thursday it happened. So
was the energy really good?
Yeah, it was.
That's what's up.
The energy was dope. Yes, and I brought my brother Skylar out from 104.5.
Oh yeah, I
to
seen
perform
it.
with me. Yeah, and he turned up the energy even to the next level.
Oh yeah,
and
he has a lot of energy.
Yeah, he does, man. He does. So I was talking about that vibration, man. Like you just come in tune with those people that have that energy, and I feel like if you are a high energy person or you have very intense energy, you just can't have those people around you who lack the energy because they're gonna drain that energy from you. So that's so like linking up with high energy people.
Right.
It's like that's my thing, you know, people who know how to control their energy. So I brought Skylar out, we turned it up. The energy was good throughout the whole show though. All the artists did their thing.
That's good. That's good. I've seen a couple of artists I was familiar with that are actually really dope.
Yes.
Like I think Jay Anonymous.
Anonymous was there, yeah, definitely.
He's dope as well.
Dope,
like there's a few people I was like, wow. Like
Yes.
I know that show. I wish I was able to go, but I know that show definitely did numbers. But so I'm saying, like in Orlando, they're building up a lot of talent. Everybody's bubbling right now, and it's exciting.
Yes,
so
yes, it's a dope thing to see, especially from being like in the Orlando game for a while and seeing how they were in these platforms before. Now you have like Fusion Showcase, TSA Showcase. You got For the Record, you got For the Culture, you got podcasts. It's like everything right now is definitely what we need.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. So what's next for you then, with all that you see that's happening, the progression that Orlando's making as far as the music market?
Right.
What's next for you, or what do you hope to accomplish within the next year?
Within the next year, I plan to do at least a show every single month. So we've accomplished that January show. It was a big success. Shout out to Fusion Showcase. Shout out to TSA Showcase for February 24th. That's the next show that I'm doing.
Okay.
And that's with Childish Major, my brother I Am Pain, supporting I Knows, and supporting the Mike Wilson. And Dreesy's going to be on that show too, so it's going to be dope. Like just coming together with different people.
I think another artist had
Irvin as well,
yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
See, and there's a couple artists in there that I haven't really gotten to know, but I seen them on the flyer and I was like, man, like I seen their name before.
Really dope. Yeah,
nice. That's what's up, yo. See, that's gonna be a dope show, and just bringing all of that together because I'm seeing people like from different types of parts of the game where like now we're just coming together and creating that energy. So I think that'll also be dope for the show. And doing a show every month or just show like in the city that there are those platforms out there that you can make it happen in the city, you know, and that there are people looking to help other people in certain progression paths as well.
Absolutely.
You know? So that's what's next for me, February 24th.
Okay. And what as far as your music?
Music goes? Okay, so music, I'm working on a project called Vibe City.
Vibe City. Nice.
Yeah, and what
like
I have, you like that? That's dope. Appreciate it. And right now I have a visual called Stone Cold out, which talks about more of like, you know, like staying on the herbal side of things. If you know you're like smoking or you know doing some like staying away from the pills, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to lower the depression rate of people who are abusing like pills and things like that, and the suicides that are happening. So Stone Cold is about like, me smoking, but how that meditation has helped me have a clear mind rather than being a gateway to other things, you know, that destroy people. So Stone Cold is out now. You can look it up on YouTube, Creative Angel Stone Cold. And I'm working on Vibe City, so that's the next thing that I want to bring out within the next month. I'm doing a show on February 24th, so I may drop it either, I don't know, maybe the day after the show. I don't know. I might just throw a little jam right here on For the Record, man. So I can hear it.
Exclusive? Okay.
Exclusive job, you know. I had to come through with something, you know.
Yeah, for sure. That's exciting, though. I'm definitely excited to see your growth. I know you're doing a lot of different things, and what you adding a lot of versatility to, some of the things that in music can tend to be saturated. So you add a lot of versatility, and it's nice, it's refreshing. So it's dope. And the February 24th show, I will be there.
Yes.
There's a whole lineup of different artists I'm so excited to see.
That's amazing. That's dope.
So,
yes.
I'm definitely
That's a positive affirmation right there.
Yes,
and I appreciate
will
that.
Be there.
Yes, and I'm a fan of your energy as well. Because when you came up to me, you're like, yo, man, I'm doing this for the show. I was like, cool. We met at My Two Studios, right?
Yep.
Shout out to My Two Studios, man, holding it down too, man. And it's just positive affirmations with us. Like the rest of this year, I'm going to do a show every month. I'm going to do a nationwide tour, and then I will do a world tour. And that's a positive affirmation right there.
You will win a Grammy? Okay.
And I will win a Grammy. And I will win a Grammy.
You will let me hold a meal once you get it.
You already know I make good investments. So, yo, here's a meal for the record. Here's a meal for the, you got to give to receive, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what's up. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see everything that you have going on. But tell us, like, where can we keep up with you on social media so they know where to follow you?
So you guys can follow me at Creative Angel, Creative without an E at the end of Creative. Creative Angel on the Instagram, Creative Angel as well if you want to find me on the Facebook, and on YouTube, Creative Angel. And you can follow my brand, Creative Universe.
Absolutely.
And that's on Instagram, on every platform. SoundCloud too, you can find me on there. And I'm coming soon to Apple Music, so that'll be dope. Yeah.
Nice. Well, y'all, thank you again for watching For the Record. I'm going to have all of his information down below, and it's also going to be plastered here, somewhere around here where y'all can find it. But definitely follow him on Instagram. Follow For the Record to keep up with all the newest upcoming artists. Make sure to follow the brand as well.
Positive hustle, positive vibes.
Yes.
Shout out For the Record with the positive affirmations. This is what I'm going to remember now when we do this interview. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Yes.
Well, until next time, y'all.
Yes.
We're out.
Bye.
Yes, nature. Just let me meditate. I'm about to levitate. They all say things about me, but me, I never hate. I smoke to get deeper. No, it's not just my escape. I see my purpose face to face. Stop bringing them 8